Hi, is this Amanda? Yes, this is Amanda. Hi, this is Ashley calling from the vet clinic. I was just calling to see if you'd be okay with seeing Dr. Margot instead of seeing Dr. Smith for your wellness appointment coming up in a few weeks. I always see Dr. Smith. What do you mean? He's the only one that's ever seen my dog. I understand, and we always accommodate clients' requests whenever they have a preferred doctor. Dr. Smith is going to be on leave, and you have seen Dr. Margot in the past. But I've had this appointment made for about a month now. I really don't want to reschedule. I need to get my dog in. Yes, we can definitely still see you. It'll just be Dr. Margot on that day because, again, Dr. Smith will not be here. Maybe you shouldn't allow people to book out in advance for any appointments if you don't know the doctor's schedule. Isn't that your job? It is my job, and things do come up, obviously. So you can either keep your appointment with Dr. Margot, or we can reschedule for when Dr. Smith is going to be back in the office. I just think it's bold of you to assume that I would even want to see Dr. Margot. Again, you have seen Dr. Margot in the past, and there are only two options. Again, you can either come in and see Dr. Margot if you need the exam and vaccines updated, or you can wait until Dr. Smith comes back. So let me get this straight. Something just came up in the doctor's life that is so important that he's giving you guys a 2-week notice that he's going to be leaving. Where is he going? What the doctor is doing on his personal leave is not any client's business. I'm just calling to let you know that he will not be here. So he's actually a really good friend of my mother-in-law's sister's brother's second removed cousin on the grandpa's side of the family. I think I'll just find him on Facebook and message him. If you knew him so well, then you would probably know why he's not going to be here. So yeah, again, which option would you like? Maybe if I just bring my dog over to his house, I know what neighborhood he lives in. Do you think he'd maybe be able to do the exam and vaccines for me at home? Ma'am, there are 2 options. There's not 3, 4, or 5 options. You can reschedule, or you can come in. Which one? Neither. But have a good day. Thank you for calling the vet clinic. How may I help you? I need to give my dog away or euthanize her. Oh, okay. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what's going on? Those are 2 very different things. She's just too high energy and she's really aggressive with my grandchildren. Okay, what kind of dog is she? And has she bit one of your grandchildren, or what kind of aggression? Well, no, she just plays really rough with them. She's a 1-year-old golden retriever. You want to euthanize your dog because she's a 1-year-old golden retriever with high energy and she just kind of plays rough with your grandkids, which... Yes, and I've never been to your clinic before, but I'm on the way up right now. Ma'am, we will not, and I repeat, not be euthanizing your dog just because she's too high energy for you, and she's not even aggressive at all, and she's a healthy 1-year-old golden retriever. Have you looked into any fosters or any rescues in your area? No, I haven't. I don't want to take her to a shelter, though. I feel like that's kind of inhumane. You think taking your dog to a shelter is inhumane over euthanizing them? Okay, well, if you're not going to euthanize my dog, then I want to come in and get some kind of sedative that makes her just knocked out all of the time. What's your first and last name, ma'am? No, I don't want to give you any information. I wonder why you don't want to give me any information about you, asking these terrible questions. So you're the 5th veterinarian to tell me that they can't euthanize my dog, and I'm just having a really difficult time wrapping my head around what I'm supposed to do. Yes, ma'am, no one is just going to euthanize your dog for you just because. There are fosters, shelters, rescues. I can't just bring her to you guys and just leave her, like just give her to y'all. No, ma'am, you cannot abandon your dog at this vet clinic. Okay, well, I'm at your vet clinic with the dog right now, pulling into the parking lot. I want to have a sit down with the doctor. We will see you in a second, ma'am. Thank you for calling the restaurant. How may I help you? Hi, I just need to make a reservation for April 20th for 6 people for your brunch. Of course, yes, ma'am. I can definitely help you make that reservation. So since April 20th is Easter, we do require a credit card in order to secure your spot for our brunch. Is that okay with you? I am absolutely not giving you my credit card information. Is this a scam? Is that why you're calling me? I think I saw the scam on the news. Ma'am, this is not a scam, and you did call me first. Regardless of who called who, I'm not giving you my credit card information. I just want a normal brunch reservation for Easter Sunday. I don't want a fancy one that has a credit card. Yes, ma'am, we don't usually require a credit card in order to book a reservation with us, but for brunches like Easter brunch or Mother's Day brunch. We do just because we have a lot of people inquiring and we usually have to turn people away. So it's just to ensure mutual respect. Yeah, well, I don't respect that answer. My family's been coming to this specific Easter brunch for as long as I can remember, since my kids were literally in my tummy. So we're gonna be there. Okay, if you don't have a reservation, you are more than welcome to come and be put on the wait list, but I can't guarantee that you will be able to get a spot. What do you mean if we just show up, you don't know if we'll be able to get a table? Because our brunch is from 10:30 to 1, and if the wait, it can sometimes get up to a 2-hour wait. So if you get here, let's just say noon, and we have a 2-hour wait, you probably won't make the brunch time. You would just be seated in the normal restaurant area for lunch. No, we will be there after church on Easter Sunday, and we will not be on a wait list because this is me calling for a reservation. Ma'am, I would love to make you a reservation right now to make everyone's life easier come Easter Sunday, but I do need your credit card information in order to be able to reserve you a table. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Hello. Thank you for calling the vet clinic. How may I help you? Hi, I need to bring my dog in right now today. Excuse me, can you move over a bit? Sorry, am I in your space? Where do you want me to move? Well, you're in my video. I'm trying to film a Get Ready With Me right now, and you're kind of in the frame. Well, I don't know what to tell you. This is public transportation, and we're on an airplane. We're in the middle of a flight. Can you maybe get up and go to the bathroom, or can you just go sit somewhere else for a bit? I really need to film this, and literally you're in the shot, and I don't really need you in this. I'm a pretty big beauty influencer, so I'm gonna just need this space. I have no idea who you are, nor do I really care. Honestly, I paid for this seat just like you. If you're such a big influencer, you should have paid for first class where you'd have a lot more privacy. Do you know who I am? I'm literally filming a Get Ready With Me on a plane for a brand deal, and I cannot have you in this. So can you please just help me out right now? I'm not asking you for much. I'm just asking you to be invisible. I'm putting in my headphones, and we're not going to speak ever again. So yeah. Can you say all of that over again so I can upload it and post it online? I feel like this kind of a fight would get a lot of engagement. If you don't stop talking to me, I'm gonna move closer into your frame. Well, okay everyone, get ready with me on the airplane. This is my seat. There is no way that I'm sitting next to you right now. Hi, do I know you from somewhere? The problem is I'm not sitting next to a screaming child. You're gonna need to move. Are you talking to me? My child is sleeping right now and not screaming at all. I paid for the seat. Hi, I'm the flight attendant. Please keep the boarding process moving. The issue is this is my seat right here, and I paid to be in first class, but I did not pay to sit next to a woman and her child. I just know that infant is gonna be screaming and crying this whole entire flight. Not that I have to explain myself to you because I don't, but my child is just fine and not screaming. This is not her first flight. You screaming will make her cry. So I demand to sit somewhere else. I demand for her to move. This is not going to work. I have to log on and do business emails. I'm not going to be able to focus with a screaming child next to me. You both did pay for these seats in first class, but ma'am, if you do feel uncomfortable sitting next to a child, first class is full, but I'm more than happy to move you into economy. Please let me know your decision. Why would I be the one switching? I'm in first class. I think she should be the one that moves to the back. The answer is no, and shut up. So either sit down or move. Ma'am, either take a seat or let's reassign you a seat. We can go talk to the gate agent. You are delaying the whole entire boarding process by standing in the middle of this aisle right now, blocking anybody from getting by. This is ridiculous service. The amount of money that I paid to be in first class, I expect tranquility, serenity. I do not expect to sit next to a woman and her child. You are now yelling and screaming at me. The next time you raise your voice, I will go get other people and you're not gonna like that. So you can either leave this flight, sit down, buckle your seatbelt, or move to economy. Please let me know which one you'd like. This is just ridiculous. What is your flight attendant number and this flight number? Because I'm going to be emailing your corporation. Yeah, I'm gonna get you in some serious trouble for this. Of course, here is all the information that you just requested. Ma'am with the baby, if you need anything at all, please let me know. We are here to make your flight as comfortable as possible. Thank you. I'm already very stressed out traveling alone with my kid, and now just this is a lot. So, of course, both of you please buckle your seatbelts. Hello everyone in the exit row. I do need a verbal confirmation that you are willing and able to assist in the event of an emergency. I'm going to go ahead and start with you. Yes, ma'am, I do need a verbal confirmation. Just a yes or no will suffice. That's why I nodded. Yes or no? Oh my gosh, you're so annoying. Yes. Yeah. Perfect. Next. Sir, do you actually mind just taking out your headphones real quick? Huh? Hi, yes. Are you willing and able to assist in the event of an emergency? I do need a verbal yes or no. I already said yes when you were talking to her. You didn't hear me? No, I didn't. I do need individual yeses and nos. So, yes or no? Yes. Perfect, thank you. Okay, last one. Are you willing and able to assist in the event of an emergency? No, I'm not willing, but I'm also not moving. I paid for this seat, so I'll be sitting here. Okay, so if you're not able to assist, that is totally fine. We just need to find a volunteer who's willing to switch with you to come to the exit row, and then we're gonna need you to switch out of the exit row seat. You're putting a lot of hypothetical pressure on a paying customer. No. I understand it is a lot of pressure and there is no obligation for you to be in this seat, but if you are in the seat, your answer does need to be yes to helping. So I'm just gonna see if there's any volunteers on the plane. I'll be right back with you, okay? Hi, ma'am, sorry, I'm in that middle seat right there. No, you are mistaken. This is my seat. If you wouldn't mind just coming out, I'm not gonna be able to get past the seat with your legs and with your luggage all right there. I'm not moving. If you want this seat, it's a no. I didn't think anyone was sitting in this row. I'm not moving. Yes, I definitely am 17B. I'm right there, but okay, I will climb across you if you're not gonna move. Do not touch me. You cannot go in front of me to get over there. No, you can stand right there and go find a different seat. I'm not moving. Don't touch me. If you're not gonna let me by, I'm gonna have to touch you. So you can either stand up and let me come into the seat, or I will have to just climb over you because you're making this so difficult right now. I don't understand. Just find a new seat, because you touching me and trying to force me to move out of my seat is unacceptable. Go sit somewhere else. I'm not dealing with this. Flight attendant, yeah, can you come here really quickly? Thank you, sorry. Hi, what seems to be the issue? This woman right here is touching me, demanding that I move when I'm in the correct seat and I'm not getting up. No, I'm in the middle seat and she won't move to let me by. And when I tried to move past her in the front, she yelled and screamed that I was touching her. So I'm really not sure what to do right now. Yes, ma'am, you do need to let her by. She is 17B and you are 17A. If you could please get up to let her by, or she is gonna have to scoot in front of you. Can you just stand right there and watch while I climb over her, just so everybody knows that I'm not doing anything wrong? I'm just gonna scooch by. Just don't talk to me for the rest of the flight. Don't look at me and don't touch me again. This is gonna be a great flight. Hi, can I get you started with anything to drink? Yeah, I'll have a Coke Zero, thanks. A Coke Zero, sure thing, here you go. This is not a Coke Zero. It is a Coke Zero. Are you wanting something else though? Is this not what you were thinking? That's not the color of the can of the Coke Zero that I get at home. It doesn't come in that can. Okay, well, regardless of the color of the can, this is a Coke Zero. We don't have any other colors of it or anything. So do you want this one or do you want a different drink? You're not even listening. The one that I get comes in a silver can with big red letters. Okay, our Diet Cokes come in silver cans. Do you want to switch it out maybe for a Diet Coke instead of a Coke Zero? Listen, I want a Coke Zero in a silver can. Now! Okay, well, I don't know what to do for you! We can either do the Coke Zero in this can, or I can get you a Diet Coke in a silver can. I've actually never even seen a Coke Zero in a silver can. So, which one, sir? Or I'm gonna move along. Fine, you incompetent air waitress. I'll just take that, thanks. Okay then, there's your Coke Zero. Do you need anything else? Oh my gosh, like now you're just being too attentive and in my face. Like, you can move along. Too attentive. Okay, yes, I'll be happy to scoot right along and never come back. Okay, have a good day. Here is your check. Thank you so much for dining with us. I hope to see you guys again soon. Okay, thanks. Yeah, you can just go ahead and get rid of all the items that I ate on there. Thank you. Why would I do that? Was there a problem with any of your food? No, there was no problem. Everything was so great. I'm a food influencer. I have a huge following, and I'm gonna go ahead and just post a free review of the restaurant, of your service, of the food. So yeah, you can just take my food off of the check. Thank you, and we do really appreciate you giving us a good review, but regardless of good or bad reviews, you do still have to pay for the food that you consumed in the restaurant. But I am giving you free exposure, so my meal should be comped. So you still do have to pay for your food though. It's not just for free because you're making a video or a review about it. I have over 500,000 followers. I'm gonna put this place on the map. Do you want me to leave a bad review to all of my really loyal fans? Do you want that? I don't think you do. Yeah, does this work? Throwing an adult temper tantrum in the middle of an establishment? Does that get you free things? The server is being so rude at this restaurant. Cancel this restaurant. The food is disgusting. I hate it here. It's absolutely horrendous. Ma'am, make sure you leave in there that you're wanting a comped meal for your review. Yeah, anybody can go on Yelp and leave a free review. This is how I'm acting because I charge a really high rate for my ads. So the fact that you're not giving me my meal for free when I'm doing y'all a favor by posting a review, absolutely not. 1 star. Is it gonna be cash or card for today? Because if you do not pay for your meal, you are stealing. So, cash or card? Yeah, here's my card. Just freaking take it. I can't even look at you right now. Do you not understand social media? Okay, I'm gonna run your card. Yeah, I'll be back, maybe. Hi, I'm here to euthanize my dog. Hi, my name's Jennifer. I'm gonna be your technician for right now while we're trying to figure out the next best steps. Do you mind telling me a little bit about what's been going on? I'm really tired of having to explain this over and over again, but I don't want my dog. You see, this dog is a childhood dog for my children, and they're off at college. So now the deed is done. I don't have any more responsibility to the dog, so let's get this process going. So we will not be euthanizing your dog for you out of convenience, but there are many other options that we are happy to help you explore today. We can help you get in touch with fosters. We can look for rehoming. So what? This is a no-kill vet clinic? I've never heard of that. I didn't think I was going to run into this issue. There is a big difference between euthanizing a sick pet than just euthanizing a dog because you don't want to take care of your 5-year-old perfect healthy dog anymore. Whatever. It's literally none of my business what happens with the dog, but I'm leaving and I'm not taking the dog with me. And if you make me take the dog with me, so we need to figure this out right now. Yes, ma'am. So we are more than happy to take your dog for you and rehome them ourselves. So if you don't mind just signing these papers, giving us the rights to your pet, we will happily rehome him for you. I feel really bad for people who have really sick pets who have to deal with all of these legal hoops to jump through in order to get their dog put to sleep. It sounds a little bit ambiguous, don't you think? I'm not going to keep explaining this to you. There are many reasons why owners elect euthanasia, and usually it's because it benefits the dog. Their quality of life has declined. Many options, and all of them are in favor of the dog. This is not that case. Here's the leash. Good luck. clinic. Goodbye. Don't let the door knock you out on the way out. Have a good day. Hey, Ashley, Dr. Smith wants us in his office to talk about a billing question. Hi, Amanda. Yeah, sure thing. Let's go in there and talk to him. I wonder what it's about. Hi, ladies. Thank you for coming into my office. I was just looking at the next recheck on the schedule that's coming in, and I had a question about her invoice. Okay, yes. So whenever it's okay. I think I'll be better able to explain the situation to the doctor. She came in and she wasn't happy with having to pay for the post-op recheck, so we zeroed it out for her, just, to give really good customer service and to make sure that she brings her dog back for the exam. Okay, well, as the owner of this clinic and the doctor, I did not give you approval to zero out $100 worth of services. Yes, the suture removal is always zero. We don't charge for that, but there is 2 post-op follow-up exams. They're both $50 each, and you zeroed out my time. Well, Ashley and I were just trying to make sure that we could provide good, like I said, good customer service. Okay, well, looking at the invoice right here, it is your initials, Amanda, on everything. I don't see Ashley's on here at all. So I'm going to assume that the customer wanted them zeroed out, and then Ashley came and got you, and you did zero them out. Going forward, this is not allowed. If you have a question about needing an invoice altered, you need to come to me. That is not something that you can do. You being the manager is a privilege. Yeah. Okay, I am so sorry. I will definitely not ever do that again. So when she comes in, are we needing to charge her? No, we will not charge her the $100 this one time, since you did tell her we were going to give it to her and we zeroed it out for her. We do want to stick with our word on this one. So when she comes in, yes, she will get them for free, but we are never going to do that again. And Ashley, if this is tried again at all by any manager here, please let us know directly, because this is completely out of policy. Okay. Of course. Yes, ma'am. I understand. And I'm sorry about this again. Yes, we as a team are both so very sorry. We will never do this again. And Ashley and I have really learned our lesson. And we apologize. Yeah, we apologize. Hi, my cat has the plague, and I'm here for an exam. Hi, good morning, ma'am. Yes, I do see you down here for an exam with the doctor to get his plague looked at. Is there any other concerns that you're having? He's just itching a lot and scratching, and he has these little black dots all over his body that are jumping off of him onto the couch and from the couch onto him, and he is a fully indoor cat. So there's no way it could be anything else besides the plague, or maybe leprosy. Okay, you're more than welcome to take a seat. I will let the doctor know that you're here. I just need to finish up on his check-in notes real quick. He has the plague not on any kind of preventative. They'll be right up. Hi, I'm Dr. Smith. What seems to be the issue today? The issue is that no one is taking my concerns seriously. This is my indoor cat. There's no way that he could have fleas. I really just think that it's something more serious. On Google, it said maybe the plague. Maybe the plague, interesting. Okay, yes, your cat indeed does have fleas. I will write you a script for some preventative, or you're more than welcome to get it here. Aren't there more tests that you need to run on him? He has black spots all over him. I understand that this is confusing, but your cat does have fleas. So we're going to give him a dose of Capstar, and then we're also going to get you started on a monthly preventative to help get rid of the fleas, okay? Anything else? I feel like I should sue the internet because I was given false information. I really thought it was going to be something much more serious. Yeah, definitely just a case of the fleas, not the plague. Hi, thanks for calling the vet clinic. How can I help you? Hi, we just adopted 3 little kitties from the local shelter, and I just need to bring them in for their initial exams. Okay, oh, how cute. What's your first and last name, and what are your new pets' names? My name is Amanda Jones, and our new cats' names are Cassian, Azrael, and Rasand. How cute! So do you guys like the ACOTAR series, or do you just like Sarah J. Maas? What? What did you just say to me right now? Oh, or is that I'm sorry, is that not what they're named after? You said it's Cassian, Azrael, and Rysand, correct? Yes, those are the names, but I don't understand the words that were just coming out of your mouth. What are you talking about? Mass and authorita? What? Okay, I apologize, my bad. There's this really popular book series, and I'm a big fan, but it doesn't matter. That's very clearly what they're not named after. Okay, Cassian, Azrael, Rysand. Perfect. What day are you looking to bring them in? Yeah, they're named after a Court of Thorns and Roses series. Yeah, that's what they're named after, and they're my daughter's favorite series, so I would really appreciate it if you don't mess it up and say whatever you just said. Okay, yeah, my bad. ACOTAR stands for A Court of Thorns and Roses, but yeah, I'll shut up now and never be relatable ever again to anybody. Yeah, let's get you scheduled with that exam. Hi, I'm here for my reservation. It's a party of 4 under Smith. Good evening. Yes, I do see you down for 4 people for right now. What about everybody else behind you? Are you all together? Well, obviously these children are going to be with us, yes. Okay, so then there are 4 adults and 4 children. Is that correct? Honey, no, there's only 4. We only have 4 people dining tonight. Ma'am, all 4 of your children would be included in the head count. You have 2 toddlers and 2 teenagers. And I assume that they're not just going to be hanging out here in the lobby, so they're going to need to be sitting somewhere with you at the table. They don't take up the same amount of room as adults, so it would just be 4 people. I don't understand what you're not getting. They wouldn't be included in the reservation because they're little, No, ma'am, but nice try. So in order for us to be able to accommodate all of you, it will just be a little bit of a wait. We'll have to push 2 4 top tables together. It won't be too long. It should just take a second if you don't mind waiting. What's the point of a reservation then if you're going to make us wait? We are on time. This is the exact group number that I put in of people needing to get a table. You're being funny, right? This is a joke. You're being funny. Well, since you don't know how to count, maybe go get your manager. Hopefully they're smart enough to know how to count and to fix this situation. Right, because I'm the one that can't count. Okay, I will go get the manager. Just hang tight. Thank you for coming into the vet clinic I work at. How may I help you? I've been calling all day long, so I decided just to come in person. Yes, sir, I do apologize. It's been very busy. We do have all the lines on hold right now, as long as you and a line behind you. So how may I help you? I don't understand how you can be that busy. Maybe you guys need to hire more people to come up here and help you. I don't think it's that hard to answer a phone call. I understand. We do prioritize the people that are in the clinic right now, just how I'm talking to you while keeping these other lines on hold. So how may I help you? I need to order food for my dog. Okay. What's your first and last name, and what kind of food do you usually get? It's Joe Smith, and I have absolutely no idea what kind of food I usually get my dog. Can you look it up for me? Okay, it looks like you get the Hills ID chicken vegetable stew flavor. We do have it in stock if you want to grab however much you need. I don't know how much I need. How am I supposed to know? How much do you have at home? It looks like you usually get 2 cases, so that's 24 cans. I've never gotten 24 cans, ever in my life. Okay, yeah, it looks like the last time you were here, you did pay for 24 cans, which is 2 cases. Whatever, I'm gonna go look for my food and make a huge mess while doing it. Okay, that's all that you need. Are you sure you want that? That is 2 cases in front of you. That is 24 cans. No, it's not. It's not. It's 12 times 2. So. Okay, 12 times 2. It's ready for your card. Welcome to the vet clinic on an extremely busy Friday. How can I help you? Wow, it's busy in here. I'm here to check in for my appointment. Yes, ma'am, it is busy. What's your first and last name so I can get you checked in? I'm here with Floofy-doofyy, and we have an appointment. Okay, yep, Floofy-doofyy. It looks like you are a work-in appointment, and you were told on the phone that there was going to be a wait time, and that still stands right now. It could be half an hour all the way up to an hour and a half because we are busy and we are working you in between our other existing appointments. Again, you were made aware of this. I just want to reiterate that there's gonna be a wait. You don't have to talk to me like I'm a child. I heard you on the phone, and you don't have to re-explain it now. I'm gonna go take a seat with Floofy-doofyy. Okay, perfect. Then no worries and we'll have no issues. Miss, hello, excuse me, I have a question. Hi, floofydoofy's owner. How can I help you, ma'am? How much longer is it gonna be? I do have a work call that I need to get home to in about 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, as we talked about before, it is gonna be a minimum of 30 minutes. So there's no way that you're gonna be able to get seen and get out of here within the next 15. Do you need to reschedule this appointment? No, I just didn't really think it was gonna take that long because usually when I have an appointment, it's really quick. So I just wasn't expecting it to actually take a long time. Yes, ma'am, yeah. We don't usually lie about the wait times. It is gonna be a while. So you're either more than welcome to wait, or if you need to go home, then we can reschedule. No, I have work. I don't have time to do that. Some of us actually have 9 to 5 jobs. Right, what would I know about working? Who knows? I don't know. Not me. But you can either wait patiently or come back another day. So, which one? Well, I'm already here. I guess I'll just have to let my boss know that I'm not going to be able to make the meeting because the vet lied. So, let that simmer in your soul. Yeah. It's a simmering. Go sit down. Hi, are you ready to get checked out from your appointment? No, I'm not, you little thief. I'm sorry, what? I was looking at my estimate and it looks like you're charging for 2 different kind of worm tests. I'm only paying for one. Okay, so there are 2 different tests. One is the heartworm test and one is the no. I know for a fact there are no worms in the heart and that the stool, the fecal that I had to bring in has the worms in it. That's why you're testing his poop. Yes, ma'am, there is such a thing as heartworms, and it's actually a blood test. It's not a fecal test. The fecal test, no, there's no worms in the heart, and a blood test would definitely not show if there were worms in the heart. Okay, well, you keep interrupting me, and I don't think there's really any reasoning with you right now. So I'm gonna go get the tech. Maybe she can better explain this to you, and maybe you'll listen to her. Yeah, go get the tech. This isn't your job anyways to explain medical things. Go get the tech. Hey, my name's Amanda. I was just your technician. What's going on? The receptionist here is trying to double charge me for the same test. Can you please explain to her? She doesn't think that the heartworm test and the fecal are the same, and I keep trying to explain it to her and she's not listening. So maybe you can try. Yes, ma'am, the receptionist is correct. They are 2 different tests. One shows the presence of heartworms and it is a blood draw. Heartworms are transmitted through mosquito bites to dogs. And then there's the fecal test, which tests their stool for intestinal parasites. So they are 2 totally different tests, and both tests check for different things. Well, I'm not paying for the heartworm test. I'll just pay for the fecal. Take it off my bill. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Actually, you can just delete it off of the PVL, and we'll just discard the sample. Anything else, ma'am? No, but I'm going to be writing a review about this and about how you're scamming people. Yeah, I'm uploading it right now to Google. Yeah, you go right ahead. The card machine is ready for you today. Welcome aboard the airline I used to work at. Can I get you a pre-flight beverage? Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, I'll just take my usual, thanks. Okay, I don't know what your usual is, and it doesn't look like you filled out your selection prior to this flight, so what can I get you to drink? Do you not see how busy I am right now on this working out? I'll take my usual drink. I commute on this flight every day. You should know what my usual drink is. I've never flown this flight before, and if you fly it all the time, then why are you not recognizing me? What can I get you to drink before I move on to the next person? Okay, you waitress in the air. I'll have a double whiskey over ice in a glass cup. Okay, perfect. Double whiskey over ice in a glass cup. Just remember that is a pre-flight drink. I will need to pick it up before we can take off. Trash, everyone can just put their trash in here. Okay, sir, we're about to take off, so I do need to take that drink back from you. Obviously, I'm not done. I'm not giving it back until I'm finished. Thank you. Yes, sir, as explained before, it is a pre-flight beverage, but I'll be happy to make you a fresh one once we're in the air. They always let me keep my drink, though. Why are you being such a stickler right now? Just leave me alone and let me drink my drink in peace. I'm not losing my job because you want to keep a glass cup in your lap. I'd be happy to make you a drink once we get into the air, but it is FAA regulations that we do take up the glassware back before we take off. I don't care if it's the CIA regulation. You're on the clock. You need to be serving me right now. Sadly, I'm actually not on the clock right now because I get paid wheels up to wheels down. So I'm dealing with all of this off of the clock. And are you going to be the one to tell all of the other passengers that the reason that we're delayed is because you won't give me the drink? Yeah, you want me to go tell the pilot that? Oh my gosh, just take it. I cannot be late for this business meeting. Thank you. That wasn't so hard, was it, sir? I will make you a fresh one in the air. Okay, just put your seatbelt on, please. Thank you for calling the vet clinic. How may I help you? My dog's ears are bleeding. Can you see me? Of course, are you a current client with us? And can you tell me a little bit more about why his ears are bleeding? So we leave him chained up outside. He's a completely outdoor dog. And the chain is rubbing on his ears. So it stinks and it's bleeding. What did you just say? Yeah, and I just cannot have him out there looking like how he does. So I need help. Okay. Yeah, how about you just go ahead and bring your dog up here? It looks like we do have some free time right now. We'd be able to see you and to take care of his ears. What's the catch? Are you gonna call the police on me, or am I gonna be able just to get treatment? If you're asking about the police, then you do know that it is illegal. All right. What's your first and last name so I can get you entered into the system and your address? I don't want to give you any personal information. I just want my dog to be seen. Okay, yes ma'am. Please feel free to bring up your dog right now. I have you all set. Do you think you can be here within the next half hour? Yes, I'll be there with my dog. Hi, welcome into the vet clinic where I work at. How may I help you? We can move right past the pleasantries because I'm here to talk about my bill and I need somebody to break it down for me. Okay, of course, absolutely. It looks like you were just here earlier today. And I actually checked you out myself, so I'd be more than happy to help you with it. Okay, as you can see, clearly stated I was double charged. There is a fecal test and there is a heartworm test. Those are the same exact thing and I am not paying double for both of them. So I want a refund immediately. Okay, yes, I do see where you were charged for the fecal and the heartworm test. So those are two different tests. The fecal test tests the stool and the heartworm test is actually a blood test. No, I'm not a dummy. I'm not a dummy because there's no worms in the heart. And you checked, the doctor told me, maybe we should get him involved. But I heard from him that the stool test is testing for worms. Nothing about heartworms in the stool. Okay, and I even brought in a fecal. Yes, I do apologize for the confusion. It is a common misconception, but heartworms are actually worms that can grow inside of the heart. Dogs do get them through mosquito bites and it gets into their blood. The fecal test, it is for parasites like Giardia and different things like that. Well, I didn't sign off on it. I'm not paying for it and I expect a refund. And I know that I used a credit card, but I want it in cash because I don't want you doing any funny business with my card. Okay, I'm not giving you my card again. I want a refund. I'm sorry, sir, we just cannot issue a refund for those kinds of tests, being that you did sign off on it, unless you don't want the tests done. I don't think that the blood or stool has gone out to the lab yet, so if you want, we can cancel the two tests. I can let the nurses know to disregard them, but yeah, those are the only options. I'm really sorry. No, I want them done, but I'm not paying for two tests that are the same exact thing. You can clearly see on the bill where it says heartworm and fecal, and they are two different charges. I'm not paying twice for the same exact thing. So let me actually just get you some literature on it because we do have these forms that kind of talk about what heartworm is and what is in the fecal and the stool. So let me print these off for you so you can read over them. And again, if you do want the tests, then we can just A-okay, but if you want the fecal and not the heartworm test, or if you want the heartworm and not the fecal, or if you don't want any of them, let me know and we can get that process for you. I want to talk to the doctor. I want to talk to the doctor right this second. This is absolutely ridiculous. You were just trying to charge me money. I never signed an estimate and I don't want this to happen right now. What is happening right now? I'm so confused. I understand. Let me grab the doctor for you. He'll be right out, and if you can just please take a seat, we'll be right with you. Hi, I'm here to drop off my fecal. Hi, good morning. What's your pet's first and last name so I can look up their chart and see what fecal they're due for? You don't need my dog's information. My name is Joe Smith. I do need your dog's information. You're dropping off a fecal for your pet, right? No. I couldn't get a fecal from my dog when we were here for the exam. So I'm bringing in my fecal because I figured you could just test it for any intestinal parasites. And if I have parasites, then obviously my dog probably has them too. So that's your stool in the bag. Is that what you're saying? Yes, and the last time I tried to do this last year, they said no, but it's a new year, so I'm just hoping that you could just run mine instead of my dog's. Okay, yeah, so you tried this last year and they said no, that we couldn't. I do know that there are some parasites that can go from, humans to dogs and vice versa, but we at this vet clinic, we only test dog fecal. So do you want to come back and bring your dog stool sample? No, you can test mine. We are not going to be able to test your stool today, sir. Yeah, I do apologize, but the good news is if you bring back your dogs, we'll be able to do that. And then we can tell from those tests if it's anything that can get transmitted to humans, then you can go to a human doctor and get treated for that parasite. So, do you want to take this home with you or do you want me to throw it away? Yeah, which one? I guess I'll just try again next year. I just think that it's more beneficial and probably cheaper just for you to test my stool here. So I'm just gonna go throw that away in the back. Yeah. You have a good day, Mr. Smith. I'm here to pick up my pet's ashes. Oh, of course. Yes, ma'am. I'm, again, so very sorry for your loss. Can you remind me of your first and last name? She passed away about a month ago and I haven't been able to set foot in the clinic. My name is Karen Smith. Karen Smith, floofy doofy. So I do see where you elected for communal cremation over private. So communal means that you don't get your dog's remains back. Yes, so at the time I wasn't able to afford private cremation, but now I've been saving, you see, for the past month and I am able to afford it. So I want to pick up my dog's ashes. And okay, I do apologize, but unfortunately it has been too long and we won't be able to change the election from communal to private as it has been a month. And some of the other pets that were euthanized around at the same time, we've already gotten their ashes back. So there's just no way to change that from communal to private this late. I don't understand though. Can't you just call the cemetery and tell them that I want to get my dog's ashes back to me instead of having them at the cemetery? Okay, yes, I know this is a very sensitive topic, but whenever you were here, you did decline every single thing, burial, a marked grave, going and visiting your pet before they did the cremation, all of those kinds of things. You did decline everything and just want to do the communal cremation. So there are no remains or ashes to give back to you. I understand it's not your fault, but do you maybe have a brochure for where you sent her so maybe I could just at least go to the facility and talk to them? Okay, yes ma'am, here is the brochure. They do allow cemetery visits and different things like that if you want to give them a call and you can schedule an appointment with them. I'm sure they'd be happy to help you with everything that you need. Thank you for coming into the vet clinic that I work at. How may I help you? My dog smells like a fish oil yeast infection. You need to fix this, and you need to fix this right now. Hi, Floofy Doofy. Hi, Miss Smith. So yesterday you did come in for anal glands because you were complaining that he was scooting all along your living room floor, and you did decline our wipes to wipe his rear end to help get the smell away, and as well as our dog safe scent that we can spray in his rear end to help, alleviate that fishy scent. Well, he stinks. I didn't approve for his anal glands to get expressed, and now my car smells. Are you gonna go clean out my car for me? So you did approve for them to be expressed, ma'am. That's why he was crying out and licking his rear end. They were very full, uncomfortably full, to the point when we expressed them, they were leaking all over him. So we did the very best that we could. If you'd like to bring him in, we could offer you a complimentary bath to help get that rear end, that smell away, but you are gonna have to be okay with us using things to help with the smell. No, my Floofy Doofy does not need perfume or wipes. That is ridiculous. He's just a dog, but he smells. And I need you specifically to help me with this immediately. Okay, I'm going to put you in for a complimentary bath and we're gonna do the very best that we can. So you and Floofy Doofy can just take a seat and whenever a nurse is free, they'll be with you. I'm not gonna be taking a seat or waiting. you're going to take Floofy Doofy and you're going to take him back there right now to the techs and you're going to bathe him. So I'm not going to be taking him back there because I am a receptionist and we don't even have a bath appointment, but I am doing you a favor and working you in right now. So please take a seat and a nurse or kennel staff will be with you shortly. Thank you for coming into the vet clinic where I work at, where if you do not bring a fecal or urine sample to your appointment, we do not charge you until you bring it back. How may I help you? Here is Luna Smith's fecal sample and I have to go, so thank you so much. Oh, ma'am. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, one moment. So we usually don't prepay for these just in case the sample never gets brought back. But let me look you up in the system really, really quickly and we'll get that charge taken care of. No, I already paid for it and I have the whole entire soccer team and 5 dogs in the car, so I have to go right now. I mean, I can't be in here having this conversation with you. Okay, I understand. 2 seconds. Let's see. Okay, yes. So it looks like we have not prepaid for them. On your bill, it does say pay upon drop-off of samples. So for the fecal sample, it is going to be $75 because it looks like we're actually going to send it out to the lab because your dog you've been complaining about bloody stool and diarrhea for the past month, so we're going to send it out to the lab. No, I already paid. I was in here yesterday. And like I said, I have the soccer team in my car. We have to get to soccer practice. Ma'am, in order to run this test, we do require payment for it. We do try to make it more convenient where you don't have to pay for it at the time of service because you physically didn't bring it in. Okay, so no, then I'm just going to take my sample back. And while I'm here, I need to pick up the antibiotics for the diarrhea. Right now, I don't have time to come back here after soccer practice, even though I live 2 miles down the road. I understand. In order, though, to get the antibiotics, we do have to test the stool because we need to see what parasite is present and what antibiotics will help and what medication. We do need the results, though, before the doctor can prescribe an antibiotic. We don't have the antibiotics ready because we don't know what we need to prescribe for. You're not taking this poo. You're not. I'm leaving. This is ridiculous. You know what? Just throw it away from me and have a great day. Okay? Have a great day and have a great soccer game. Bye. Hi, I'm here to pick up my Centennial. Okay, yes ma'am, you are here to get the Sentinel. Let's take a look. Okay, it looks like you had some questions about the other kinds of heartworm preventative that we offer. Yes, so in the past we've done Simpatico. I really liked that one, and then Triflexis as well. That was a good one too. Okay, yes, we do have the Simparica trio here at this clinic, and we also have Trifexis as well. Okay, that's fine. I think I just want to stick with the Centennial, and then I want to take a look at my dog's vaccines as well. Okay, of course, I can get that filled for you, and then what vaccines were you looking for? I'm looking for the Portobello vaccine specifically because I'm taking my dog in for boarding elsewhere, and she also needs to get groomed. Yes, ma'am. The Bordetella vaccine is up to date. I will go ahead and send this over to the groomers for you, and it looks like everything else on your pet is up to date. So you are all set, and let's get you checked out for this heartworm. Hi, welcome to the vet clinic when I first got hired. How can I help you? Can you go find someone who knows me, please? I wish I could, but as you can see, I am the only one up here as everyone is on lunch. So what can I do for you today? I just know that you're not going to know how to do it, and I am in a hurry. So we need to speed up this process, okay, honey? The chances are high that I might not know how to do it. It is my 3rd or 4th day, but we can give it a try. So what is it that you're needing help with? I got this food in right here. I ordered it from your store's online pharmacy. The incorrect food came, and now I need to initiate a return. Okay, unfortunately, I do apologize. I have not learned how to use the online portal quite yet, and nobody is up here. I don't even have No, I want to do it right now. And if you can't do it right now, go get the manager, and maybe they can do it for me. Again, I'm the only one up here. The manager is at lunch as well. So I can take down your phone number and she can give you a call whenever she returns, or maybe nothing. I feel like when they hire new employees, they need to try to do a better job of making sure that you're well trained enough to be up here at the front desk alone. What are you even doing up here if you don't even know how to do your job? I understand that it's frustrating. It's just as frustrating for me. But there's just 2 of us and she's on her lunch, but she should be back really shortly. if you don't mind waiting, or the incompetence of your generation. I just can't. Here is my phone number. Have her call me immediately when she gets back. I have lots to talk to her about, and I'm gonna let her know that you need to be trained on this specifically. I think it might help you in the future and other customers as well. I don't want other people having to deal with what I'm dealing with. Yep, totally. Okay, thanks for the phone number. She'll give you a call when she's back from lunch, and then we can get that really emergent food order returned for you. Yeah, have a good day. We're all checked in for your tech appointment. If you just want to take a seat, they should be right up. Okay, thanks. And what doctor am I going to be seeing today? So it looks like you're just scheduled for a nail trim. You won't be seeing the doctor today. You'll just be seeing a tech. Okay, well now I want to see the doctor. I have concerns about his paw, this growth on his tail. He's had diarrhea for a few months now. Lots of things. I need to see the doctor. Okay, so since you are just down for a tech visit, it looks like the wait to see a doctor would be about an hour because we are already fully booked for the day. I'm not sure if you are really listening because I have an appointment for right now, so I want to see the doctor right now. Yes, you do have an appointment right now, but you have an appointment right now with the tech, not with the doctor. That doesn't matter because I have concerns for the doctor and I can hear him in that room right there, so I want to see him right now. Yes, you can hear the doctor in that room because he's with a patient right now. Yeah, and then he has one right after you and a few others. Again, you're more than welcome to be a work-in, but that's all that I can offer you. I just think that this is terrible customer service because I have an appointment. So why am I having to wait for a different appointment when I already have, you guessed it, an appointment? Well, I don't think anything that I'm saying is gonna be helpful. So how about I just go ahead and get the manager? Okay, I'll be right back. Thank you for coming into the vet clinic that I work at. How may I help you? I'm here for my dog's yearly appointment. Okay, what's your first and last name so I can get you checked in? It's Karen Smith with floofydoofyy. Okay, were you able to bring a fecal sample to your appointment, and do you have any medical concerns for the doctor? Why would I have medical concerns? Because this is a wellness visit, and no, I did not bring a fecal. That's y'all's job, and I feel like you could probably just get one while he's back there. You are absolutely right. We can try. So if you just want to take a seat, I'll put down no medical concerns. You did not bring a fecal and you're all checked in. Yes, doctor. My dog has been having explosive, bloody, mucus diarrhea for the past month. So are you able to fix that for me, please? Of course. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to go grab the nurse so we can get that fecal started, and then we'll get you some medication to help with that once we get the results back, okay? Hi, receptionist. Ma'am, I have a question for you, and I'm a little bit upset. Okay, I'm sorry. Of course. How can I help you, Miss Smith? The doctor acted like he had no idea that I had any medical concerns, even though this is a wellness appointment and I told you I didn't have any. Yes, ma'am. So when I checked you in, you said you didn't have any medical concerns because this is a wellness appointment. It just makes me look bad to the doctor when I have all these things and you don't put them in my notes. Okay, I understand. But your invoice is ready. So it looks like we have the exam charge, we have the fecal charge, and we have some medication going home to fix the diarrhea. That's going to be $150, and it is cash or card, okay? Why would I be paying separately for the fecal? I don't understand. So yes, they are 3 individual charges. The exam fee is just to see the doctor for his time. The fecal is to run the fecal test. And the medication is the medication going home to treat the diarrhea. But this was a wellness visit. Why am I being charged for medical things? Ma'am, we are actually doing you a favor by not charging you the medical exam fee. So that's different from wellness. You were originally scheduled to come in here for wellness to update your yearly, but it did turn into a medical exam, and it is actually more expensive of a fee to do medical because there are more things involved. So it is $150, please. Hi, ma'am. Welcome to your work-in appointment. If you don't mind just taking a seat, once a nurse is free, they'll be right with you. Of course, thank you. And I was informed on the phone that this appointment could take up to an hour wait time, so I'm just going to take a seat. Of course, thank you. I really appreciate your patience. It does take, 30 minutes to an hour and a half because we're working you in between our already existing appointments. But hi, Ma'am, hi, hello. Can I ask you a question? Hi, Miss Smith, of course. How may I help you? So, I'm sorry, in the time that we got here 10 minutes ago, 2 people have already gotten taken back, and I was here in this building before them. I'm confused. Yes, they did have existing appointments already, and we're working in between our existing ones. So once a nurse is free, I promise they will be right with you. Hi, okay, I'm really not trying to get upset right now, but another person just got taken back for the same exact reason that I'm here. They said that they're here for an exam. I'm here for an exam. Yes, ma'am, it's been about 15 minutes, and the minimum is probably a half hour, which is the soonest. Okay, hi, it's hard for me right now to stand here and to be having this conversation with you for the 3rd time, but we really need to work on our communication skills. Ma'am, I do understand, but you are a non-emergent work-in. We're doing vaccines for you in an exam because you didn't do them prior to needing your dog boarded for a vacation you're about to go on. So if you don't mind just taking a seat, I can go back there and just kind of look around and see what's going on, but every single nurse and doctor are in our rooms. So I'll be right back. Okay, Miss Smith, one of the nurses is finishing up a patient right now, and you are the next in line. So if you don't mind just waiting patiently, the nurse will be right up. See, was that hard to go back there and check for me? Do I really have to come up here and do your job for you? You should have done that in the first place. I don't know why everyone's getting taken back before me. I was here in this building first. Man, we're just going in round and round in circles. I do apologize for the inconvenience, but you were a non-emergent work-in. So the nurse will be right up if you don't mind just taking a seat. Hi, welcome to the vet clinic. How may I just please take his leash? Just go ahead and take him, please. I'm in a hurry. Okay, good morning. Just 1 second. Let me get your chart all pulled up. No, I don't have time. My kids are in the car. I have to leave immediately. Okay, it is going to be just a second. I do have some check-in questions to go over with you, and then the tech will come up here to confirm all of the drop-off information, and then you'll be good to go from there. So if something happens to the kids in my car, who's going to be responsible for it? You? Ma'am, you're more than welcome to go get your kids. We do just have a few questions that we haven't even started quite yet. I do need you to sign the drop-off release form, and then again, like I said, the tech does have to come up here and go over everything with you again. You clearly don't have kids, do you? Because then maybe you would be a little bit more empathetic of my situation right now. I'm not sure what me having kids or not has anything to do with this right now. But again, it is just gonna take a second to get your dog all checked in. It takes a lot to get kids out of the car. I don't have time for this. Can you just take the dog? Take the dog. Okay, well, I'm gonna write on your check-in sheet that owner is declining to answer questions because she's in a hurry. You're still gonna have to wait for the tech though, because I can't take your dog, I'm just a receptionist. So just take a seat and somebody will be with you. Well, where are they? Where are they? I'm still here waiting. Take a seat. Now what? Welcome into the vet clinic that I work at. How may I help you? Yes, I'm here to update vaccines for my dog. Okay, perfect. What is your first and last name so I can get you checked in? It's Joe Smith, and when I called, I don't think that the lady understood what I was saying, but I'm only doing the rabies vaccine because it's required by... Okay, it does look like in your records that you're wanting to get your dog groomed right down the road at Puppy Paws, and they do require the Bordetella, flu, and the distemper to be updated while you're in their facility. I could care less. Okay, that's totally fine. Marking it down. Thank you for calling the vet clinic. How may I help you? Oh, this is Puppy Paws. And you're looking for a vaccine certificate on Joe Smith? Okay, yes. So he declined all of them besides rabies. I know. So I will be sending this over to you right now. Yes, thank you. Excuse me. Ma'am, stop what you're doing. Excuse me. Hello, Mr. Smith. Yes, how may I help you? Welcome back. You couldn't have just told them that I got it updated? You know that I don't want to get it updated, so you couldn't have just lied to them and said, oh, yes, he has them updated, and it would have just been fine. But now you're going to have to deal with me. Okay, I'm not going to be lying to them about vaccines. That puts your dog and their dog and everybody at risk. We will not be doing that. If you would like to get the vaccines updated, we can do them right now. The doctor is free, and the nurse. or you're more than welcome to go to TCAP or just like a vaccination station and get them done. But I'm sorry, they will not be able to help you with grooming until you get the vaccines updated. Hi, I need a manager. Hello. Hi, good morning, ma'am. We don't have a manager here right now, but I'm more than happy to help you. There has been a devastatingly massive oversight on y'all's part with my invoice. Okay, wow, well, let's take a look at what's going on with your invoice. Okay, so you were here yesterday. You had the exam. We did the vaccines, heartworm test, and fecal, and you were sent home with heartworm medication. What's going on? I shouldn't have had to pay for any of that. I should have not paid 1 penny to you guys. Why should you have not paid us for these services? Clearly, y'all do not check the notes that you put in on everyone's chart, but I have pet insurance, so all of this should have been covered under pet insurance. Yes, ma'am, I do see where you have pet insurance, and it looks like we did file the claim for you. So the way that your pet insurance works is that you pay us up front for everything. We submit a claim form, and then they reimburse you directly based on your plan. Have you ever been to the doctors? Yes, ma'am, I have been to the doctors, and I already know where you're going. Human insurance is very different than pet insurance. I'm not fully convinced that you have been to the doctors. Okay, that's not my job to convince you that I've been to the doctors, but yes, you were charged correctly for everything, and we actually took the liberty of submitting the claim form for you, which is just not a service that we really even offer, but we do that out of the kindness of our hearts. Here somewhere, there's some kind of like faxing a form fee, what, like 99 cents or something, the amount of paper it takes for you to fax the form for me. I can do it myself. Sure thing, here you go. You can definitely just go ahead and fax the form from your house. Just make sure that you bring the claim form every single time to your appointment, because the doctor does need to sign it and update the diagnosis and everything like that. So make sure you bring that with you every time. That's not my job though, to have the claim form and to bring it. I'm gonna forget. And that's why we do it for you. So yes, the way that it works, again, is you pay us up front and your insurance company reimburses you based on your plan. So everything you paid for is correct. What else may I do for you today? What you're saying sounds dumb, so I want to talk to the manager. And the manager you shall see! But she's not here today. Nope, she's not here. So I'll put a note in for her to give you a call, or you're more than welcome to call us back tomorrow. It's literally so easy. Hi, yeah, it's my birthday today. Hi, welcome in, that's great. Congratulations. What can I get you started with to drink? Okay, yeah, so we're gonna do a round of tea shots, please. Okay, and what kind of tea shot? The one that has vodka and green tea in it, please. So green tea shots actually don't have any green tea or vodka. Okay, yeah, so we'll just do then a round of vodka cranberries and make sure that it's chilled, please. Okay, so you want just a regular vodka cranberry, or are you saying that you want to do a shot of vodka with like a cranback? However they're normally made would just be great. Sure thing. Do you mind if I see everyone's IDs? It's my 21st birthday today. You definitely don't need to see my ID. I didn't bring it because, again, it's my birthday. Okay, yeah, regardless of you telling me it's your 21st birthday, I do still need to see everybody's IDs. And most 21-year-olds that come in here are so excited to throw their legal ID at me. So, do you mind if I take a let me see. Yeah, here's my ID. Okay, yeah, this definitely says that today's not your birthday, and it says that you'd be 24 years old like 6 months ago. So. Yeah, it's not my 21st birthday. You see, it's my 24th birthday. Maybe you didn't hear me correctly. But yeah, we'll take those vodka cran shots. Thanks. And get out, or security over there will escort you out. Ma'am, yeah, server. Hi, yes ma'am, is there something that I can help you with while we're waiting on your drinks? Yes, we do need something. Our drinks have been sitting over there at the bar, already made and ready. Why haven't you gone and grabbed them from the bar area and brought them to us? Do I need to put on an apron and go grab them myself? Okay, what's ready at the bar is not your drinks. You ordered 2 glasses of white wine. That looks like a margarita, a strawberry daiquiri, and a few beers. So, well, I haven't seen you go over to the bar area and check on our drinks, so how would you know what's sitting over there? I can very clearly see the bar area right there, and those are not your drinks. In the meantime, please let me know if you need anything while we're waiting, okay? But wait, hold on, look, the bartender is opening, that looks like a bottle of red wine. Did you put it into the computer wrong? We ordered white wine. That is very clearly not what we ordered. I know this might be shocking, but y'all are not the only people in this restaurant right now. It is very busy on a Friday night. If you're looking to rent out the restaurant though for some kind of private event where you just want service only for you, I'd be happy to get you in touch with our event manager, but other than that, it's just gonna be a little bit longer of a wait. It's really not that hard to just open up a bottle of wine and pour 2 glasses of white wine. Maybe you could go tell that to the bartender. We're really thirsty and we have lots of things to talk about, but we don't like to gossip unless we're drunk. Yeah, sure thing. I'm gonna go stand over by the bartender, but that's not what we're gonna be talking about. You know what I mean? I'll come back around when your drinks are ready.